Have you ever felt someone's presence so deeply that it seemed like they were touching the very essence of who you are, even though no words were spoken between you? That inexplicable warmth that floods your chest when they enter a room, that magnetic pull you cannot rationalize, that sense of being truly seen for the first time in your life? If you're watching this right now, it's not by accident. Your soul has been calling out, searching for confirmation of what you already feel in the deepest chambers of your heart. The angels have guided you here today because there is someone in your life, perhaps someone you've recently met, or someone who has always been there, who is touching your soul in ways that transcend the physical realm. And the universe wants you to recognize the sacred signs of this divine connection before this moment passes you by. The spiritual realm operates on frequencies that our logical minds often cannot comprehend. And right now, at this very moment, as you listen to these words, there is a reason your path has intersected with this message. The synchronicity that brought you here is not random chance. It is the universe's way of whispering directly to your soul, confirming that what you've been feeling is real, valid, and significant beyond measure. Someone is reaching into the very fabric of your being, touching places within you that you didn't even know existed, awakening parts of yourself that have been dormant for years, perhaps lifetimes. And the most profound aspect of this connection is that it happens in silence, in the spaces between words, in glances that last a fraction of a second but seem to contain eternity. If this message resonates with your heart right now, type the words, "My soul recognizes this truth," in the comments below. And subscribe to this channel so you never miss the divine messages the universe is sending directly to you. The first sign that someone is touching your soul without speaking is the inexplicable sense of recognition you feel in their presence. This goes far beyond physical attraction or intellectual compatibility. When you look into their eyes, there is a flash of something ancient, something that whispers you have known this person before, perhaps in another lifetime, perhaps in the space between lifetimes where souls wait to incarnate. Your body responds to them in ways that bypass your conscious control. Your heart rate changes, not from nervousness, but from a deep cellular recognition. Your breath synchronizes with theirs without either of you noticing. Time seems to bend and stretch in their presence, where minutes feel like hours and hours feel like minutes. This is not imagination or wishful thinking. This is your soul recognizing a connection that was forged long before your current physical forms came into existence. The angels want you to understand that these sensations are messages from your higher self, confirming that this person carries a piece of your soul's puzzle, a fragment of the divine plan that was written for you before you took your first breath in this lifetime. Another powerful sign manifests in the way this person occupies your thoughts without effort or intention. You are not obsessing or fantasizing in the way our culture often mistakes for love. Instead, they simply appear in your consciousness like a gentle presence, a warm thought that brings immediate peace to your spirit. You might be in the middle of a completely unrelated task when suddenly their energy washes over you, and you feel compelled to send them a silent blessing or think of them with profound tenderness. What many people don't realize is that these spontaneous thoughts are often happening at the exact moment when that person is also thinking of you. The spiritual connection between you has created an energetic thread that allows your souls to communicate across any distance. When they touch your soul in the invisible realms, you feel it as this sudden awareness of their presence in your mind and heart. The universe is showing you that true soul connections transcend the limitations of physical proximity and verbal communication. The third revelation concerns the way your authentic self emerges when you are near this person. So many of us spend our lives wearing masks, protecting ourselves, hiding our true essence from a world that has taught us that vulnerability is weakness. But when someone is genuinely touching your soul, Those walls crumble effortlessly. You find yourself sharing thoughts you've never spoken aloud to anyone. You express dreams and fears that you had buried so deep, you almost forgot they existed. In their presence, you do not feel the need to perform, to be more or less than you are, to contort yourself into a shape that might be more acceptable or lovable. They see the rawest, most unfiltered version of you, and instead of turning away, their soul reaches out to embrace yours with unconditional acceptance. This is one of the universe's most precious gifts, a person who reflects back to you the divine truth that you are worthy of love exactly as you are. The angels placed this person in your path to heal the wounds that words alone could never reach, to show you through their silent acceptance that your soul is magnificent in its imperfect perfection. Perhaps one of the most mystical signs is the phenomenon of shared silence that feels more intimate than any conversation you have ever had. When two souls are truly connected, they do not need to fill every moment with words. You can sit together in complete quiet, and that silence is not awkward or uncomfortable. It is rich, full, alive with unspoken communication. In those moments, you are speaking the language that existed before human speech, the original tongue of souls that transcends all barriers of culture, language, and time. Your energies are intertwining, dancing, communicating in ways that words would only diminish. You understand each other's needs and feelings without explanations. A simple glance conveys what would take others paragraphs to express. This is because your souls are operating on the same frequency, vibrating in harmony with each other and with the divine source from which all consciousness flows. The universe wants you to cherish these moments of sacred silence, for they are windows into the eternal connection that exists beyond this temporary physical existence. Right now, pause this video and take a deep breath. If you feel this soul connection with someone in your life, write in the comments, "I honor this sacred bond," and click subscribe to continue receiving the spiritual guidance that is meant specifically for your journey. Another sign that often goes unrecognized is the way this person challenges you to grow in ways that are uncomfortable yet necessary for your soul's evolution. True soul connections are not always easy or peaceful. Sometimes the person touching your soul holds up a mirror that reflects back the parts of yourself you have been avoiding, the wounds you need to heal, the patterns you need to break. Their presence in your life creates a kind of spiritual friction that polishes away the rough edges of your ego, revealing the brilliant diamond of your true self underneath. You might find that old behaviors that served you in the past no longer work in this relationship. You are being called to a higher version of yourself, to step into greater authenticity, courage, and love. This can be frightening, because growth always requires us to let go of the familiar, even when the familiar no longer serves us. But the angels want you to understand that this discomfort is not a sign that the connection is wrong. It is a sign that it is profoundly right, that this soul has agreed on a cosmic level to be part of your awakening process, to love you enough to not let you stay small and hidden. The experience of synchronicities multiplying around this connection is another undeniable sign. You start noticing that you think of them and they immediately call or text. You have the same song stuck in your head at the same time. You discover you were both in the same place at the same time years before you officially met. You share dreams that have similar themes or symbols. You finish each other's sentences not because you are trying to, but because your thoughts are flowing in parallel streams. These are not coincidences. The word coincidence itself is a misunderstanding of how the universe operates. Everything is connected, and when two souls have a deep bond, the fabric of reality bends to bring them together repeatedly, to remind them through these small miracles that their connection is supported and blessed by forces greater than themselves. Pay attention to these synchronicities. They are love letters from the universe, confirming that what you are experiencing is part of a larger divine plan. You may also notice that this person affects your physical body in subtle but unmistakable ways. When they are near, you might feel a tingling sensation in your chest or solar plexus, the areas where the heart and power chakras reside. You might experience waves of warmth or energy moving through your body. Some people report feeling a gentle pressure on their skin, as if they are being touched, even when the other person is across the room. This is because soul connections affect us on an energetic level that the physical body can perceive even when the conscious mind cannot fully understand. The energy field around your body, what many traditions call the aura, is interacting with their energy field, creating a palpable exchange of life force. Ancient wisdom traditions have always known what modern science is only beginning to verify, that we are not isolated beings but interconnected fields of energy, constantly influencing and being influenced by the energies around us. When someone touches your soul, they are literally touching your energetic body, and you feel this as these subtle but profound physical sensations. The phenomenon of emotional telepathy is another powerful indicator of a soul-level connection. You find that you can sense their emotional state even when you are not together. You wake up feeling sad for no apparent reason, only to discover later that they were going through something difficult at that exact time. You feel a surge of joy that seems to come from nowhere, and then learn they just received good news. This emotional resonance happens because your souls are entangled in the quantum sense, existing in a state of unity that transcends the illusion of separation our physical eyes perceive. What affects one of you ripples through the energetic connection and affects the other. This is both a gift and a responsibility. It allows you to support each other in ways that go beyond what is typically possible in human relationships, but it also means you must learn to distinguish between your own emotions and the emotions you are picking up from them. The angels encourage you to develop your spiritual discernment so you can use this gift wisely, offering support when needed while maintaining healthy, energetic boundaries. One of the most beautiful signs is the way this person inspires you to become more aligned with your soul's purpose. Their presence in your life acts as a catalyst, awakening passions and callings that may have been sleeping within you. You might find yourself suddenly motivated to pursue creative projects, spiritual practices, or life changes that you had been putting off for years. This is because when someone touches your soul, they activate dormant potential within you. They see possibilities in you that you could not see in yourself, and their belief in you becomes a mirror that allows you to finally recognize your own magnificence. This is not about them completing you, for you were never incomplete. It is about them helping you remember the wholeness that has always existed within you, but had been obscured by the conditioning and wounds you accumulated throughout your life. The universe sent this person to remind you of who you really are, beneath all the layers of protection and pretense. The sense of timelessness you experience together is another mystical sign. Hours pass like minutes when you are in their company. Conversely, time apart can feel elongated and heavy, as if you are moving through molasses waiting to be reunited. This distortion of temporal perception happens because soul connections exist outside the linear time that governs our everyday experience. When you are together, you are touching into the eternal now, the present moment that is the only reality that truly exists. Past and future dissolve, and you are fully anchored in the sacred present where souls naturally dwell. This is why so many people report that their most profound spiritual experiences happen in the company of someone who touches their soul. That person's presence helps you transcend the mental chatter that usually keeps you trapped in regret about the past or anxiety about the future, allowing you to drop into the timeless space where divine connection is possible. You might also notice that dreams become more vivid and significant when this soul connection is active in your life. You may dream of this person in scenarios that feel more real than waking life. You might receive messages or insights through these dreams that help you understand the nature of your connection. Some people even report shared dreaming experiences, where both individuals remember being together in the dream state and can verify details upon waking. The dream realm is where the soul is most free to express itself without the filters and limitations of the conscious mind. When someone is touching your soul, the connection continues and even intensifies during sleep because you are both operating from your higher selves, unencumbered by ego defenses and social conditioning. Pay close attention to dreams involving this person, as they often contain symbolic guidance about the purpose and trajectory of your relationship. The angels want you to understand that not everyone who touches your soul is meant to stay in your life forever in the way you might initially hope. Some soul connections are teachers who come for a season to deliver a specific lesson or healing. Others are mirrors who show you what needs to change within yourself before you can truly unite with your ultimate soul partner. And yes, some are indeed the companions who will walk beside you for the long journey ahead. All of these are sacred and purposeful. The key is to remain open to receiving the gifts each connection brings without trying to force it into a predetermined shape based on your expectations or fears. Trust that the universe knows the perfect timing and form for every relationship in your life. When you release the need to control how the connection unfolds, you create space for miracles to occur. A particularly powerful sign is the feeling of coming home when you are with this person. It is not about their house or any physical location. It is a sense of belonging, of rightness, of finally being where you are supposed to be after a long journey through foreign lands. You might have traveled the world, lived in many places, known countless people, yet nothing has ever felt quite like the peace you experience in their presence. This is because home is not ultimately a place but a frequency, a state of resonance with divine love, and this person's soul vibrates at a frequency that harmonizes with yours in a way that creates the experience of homecoming. Your soul recognizes itself in them, sees its own divine nature reflected back, and relaxes into the truth of its own belonging in the universe. This feeling is one of the most precious gifts a soul connection can offer. This reminder that you are not alone, that you are seen, known, and loved at the deepest possible level. If these signs are appearing in your life right now, the universe is asking you to acknowledge this sacred connection. Type, "I embrace this divine gift" in the comments and make sure you are subscribed so you can continue to receive the messages your soul needs to hear. The phenomenon of unconditional acceptance is perhaps one of the rarest and most transformative aspects of a true soul connection. This person sees all of you, the light and the shadow, the strengths and the weaknesses, the beauty and the brokenness, and they do not flinch. They do not try to fix you or change you into someone more convenient for them. They hold space for your entire being with a love that asks nothing in return. This kind of love is so foreign to most of us because we have been conditioned to believe that love is transactional, that we must earn it through good behavior, achievement, or self-sacrifice. But soul-level love operates by different rules. It is a reflection of how the divine loves us, completely and without conditions. When someone touches your soul in this way, they are channeling divine love through their human form, and it has the power to heal wounds you did not even know you carried. Allow yourself to receive this gift fully, even though it may terrify you at first to be so vulnerable and exposed. You may discover that silence with this person feels safer than words have ever felt with anyone else. There is no pressure to perform, explain, or justify yourself. You can simply be in all your complicated, contradictory humanness, and that is enough. This safety creates the foundation for profound healing to occur. Old traumas that have been locked in your body for years may suddenly surface to be released. Tears may flow without warning. Laughter may burst forth from places deep within you that had forgotten how to play. This is the soul doing its sacred work of integration and healing, and it can only happen in the presence of someone who creates a truly safe container through their accepting, non-judgmental presence. The angels are celebrating when this kind of healing occurs because it means you are remembering your wholeness, returning to the innocent openness you possessed before the world taught you to protect and defend yourself. Another sign that is both wonderful and sometimes painful is the way this connection amplifies everything you feel. Joy becomes more joyful in their presence. Peace becomes deeper, but also your unhealed wounds become more apparent, your fears more pronounced, your insecurities louder. This intensification is not a flaw in the connection, but a feature of it. When someone touches your soul, they turn up the volume on everything within you so that what needs to be healed can no longer be ignored or suppressed. This is uncomfortable, certainly, but it is also incredibly productive for your spiritual growth. Many people run from connections that bring up this intensity, mistaking the discomfort for incompatibility when in fact it is the sign of profound compatibility at the soul level. Your souls are working together to burn away everything false, everything that is not aligned with your highest truth, so that what remains is pure, authentic, and unshakable. The experience of feeling protective toward this person in a way that transcends romantic or familial love is another indicator. You want them to thrive, to be happy, to fulfill their potential, even if that somehow means they cannot be with you in the way you might prefer. This selfless quality of soul love is rare and precious. It indicates that you are connecting to them from your higher self, rather than from ego needs or attachments. You recognize them as a sovereign being on their own sacred journey, and you honor that journey even when it diverges from yours. This does not mean you suppress your own desires or needs. Rather, it means you hold both your desires and their sovereignty simultaneously, trusting that if you are meant to walk together, the path will open naturally without force or manipulation. You might also notice that this person has a way of calming your nervous system that nothing else can quite achieve. In a world that constantly activates your fight-or-flight response, their presence brings you back into your body, back into the present moment, back into a state of relaxation and safety. This happens because your nervous systems are communicating beneath the level of conscious awareness, engaged in what scientists call co-regulation. When someone's energy field is harmonious with yours, simply being near them helps regulate your heart rate, breathing, and stress hormones. This is why certain people feel like medicine for your soul. They literally help your body remember what peace feels like. And over time, this can rewire your nervous system to default to calm rather than anxiety. The healing power of this kind of presence cannot be overstated, particularly for those who have experienced trauma or chronic stress. The way you find yourself naturally supporting each other's growth without agenda or expectation is another beautiful sign of soul connection. You genuinely want the best for them, and they for you, without the typical jealousy or competition that can poison relationships. When they succeed, you feel authentic joy. When they struggle, you offer support without trying to rescue them from their necessary lessons. There is a wisdom in this kind of love that understands growth sometimes requires pain, and true support means holding space for someone's process rather than trying to shortcut it for them. This mature, evolved form of caring is rare because it requires that both people have done significant inner work to heal their own wounds and transcend ego patterns. If you have found someone who relates to you in this way, you have found a true spiritual companion. The phenomenon of growth spurts is common in soul connections. You will go through periods of intense development where everything in your life seems to be changing and evolving rapidly. These periods are often triggered or accelerated by the presence of this soul connection in your life. Then you may experience plateaus where things feel more stable and integrated. This rhythm of expansion and consolidation is natural and healthy. The angels encourage you to honor both phases rather than trying to force constant dramatic growth or resisting the natural ebbs and flows of your journey. Your soul knows the perfect pace for your evolution, and this person has entered your life at the exact right moment to facilitate the next stage of that evolution. As you near the conclusion of this message, there is a practice the universe wants you to engage in today to honor and strengthen this soul connection. Find a quiet moment where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and bring this person to mind. See them in your mind's eye. And as you do, silently speak these words from your heart to their soul, even if they are not physically present. You might say, "I recognize the divine in you. I honor the sacred connection between our souls. I release all expectations of how this relationship should look and trust that the universe is guiding us both toward our highest good. I send you love, light, and blessings on your journey, and I open myself to receive the same from you, whether we walk together or apart. I am grateful for the way you have touched my soul and helped me remember who I truly am." Sit with this prayer for a few minutes, feeling the energy of connection between your hearts. You may feel warmth, tingling, emotion arising. Allow whatever wants to happen. This simple practice aligns you with the highest potential of your connection and removes obstacles created by fear, attachment, or control. Before you go, I want you to do something powerful right now. In the comments below, write, "This soul connection is blessed and guided by divine love," and subscribe to this channel. By doing this, you are not just engaging with a video. You are participating in a spiritual community of souls who are awakening to their true connections and purposes. You are telling the universe that you are ready to receive more guidance, more synchronicities, more divine messages. Do not break the chain of blessings that is flowing to you right now. The truth that the angels want you to understand most deeply is that when someone touches your soul without words, they are reminding you of your own divine nature. They are not giving you something you lack, but rather awakening something that has always existed within you, but had fallen asleep under the weight of living in a world that often feels disconnected from spirit. This person is a gift, yes, but you are equally a gift to them. You touch their soul just as profoundly as they touch yours. This mutuality is important to remember because it keeps you from placing them on a pedestal or diminishing your own value in the relationship. You are two sovereign souls who have chosen on some level beyond conscious awareness to support each other's return to wholeness, to love, to the divine source from which you both originated and to which you will both return. As you move forward from this moment, carry with you the knowing that soul connections are among the most sacred experiences available in human life. They are not always romantic, though they can be. They are not always permanent, though some are, but they are always purposeful, always meaningful, always designed to serve your evolution and awakening. Treasure these connections when they appear. Learn from them. Allow them to transform you. And trust that even when they end or change form, the love that was shared and the growth that occurred continues to ripple out through your life in ways you may not even recognize. You are exactly where you need to be, connected to exactly who you need to be connected to, receiving exactly the experiences your soul has called forth for this chapter of your eternal journey. The person who is touching your soul right now was written into your story before you were born. And the angels are celebrating this divine reunion even as you wonder and question and try to understand it with your limited human perspective. Let go of the need to figure it all out. Simply open your heart, receive the blessing, and trust the process that is unfolding in perfect divine timing.